A very good morning to one and all. Today we are with the study of a measurement of power in three-phase AC circuits using two wattmeters. This is a very interesting aspect when we have a three-phase AC circuit like our single-phase AC concept. One wattmeter would be sufficient to measure power in single-phase AC circuits. Likely, in case of three-phase AC circuits, if I ideally think I require three, which I need to install one in each group, it would become really a non-technical or non-economical other way. The other alternative is if the system is perfectly balanced, the load which I am speaking about, three phase star or delta, if it is perfectly balanced, by using only one wattmeter in any one of the line, I can read the power consumed by that load and multiply it by 3. That would result net power consumed by that three phase load. But the difficulty over here is system may not be balanced all the time. Then it would result little erroneous. Hence, the optimal and scientific way of measuring the power in three-phase circuits optimally is by incorporation of two wattmeters. Today, we are here to discuss how or show that two wattmeters are sufficient to measure power in a three-phase AC circuit. So for that, I have taken a circuit as shown in the left top corner. You can see three-phase star load is mentioned and I have line A, B, C interfaced and I have installed wattmeter 1 in the A group and wattmeter 2 in the C group. Any two lines I can prefer. Remaining line will be the common point. Then, before going to understand the concept of measurement of power in three-phase circuits, let us take a view on what is this wattmeter. Wattmeter is a dynamometric principle based instrument which indicate the power. This instrument is installed in a circuit which trace or read the current flowing to the load. So current coil, which I have shown here like an inductor in symbol, this is a current coil, which the current what the load is absorbing has to flow through that. This we call it as a current coil. And it requires the potential difference with which this instrument is functioning. So this instrument is connected between line A and B. Then it is working at the voltage VAB or EAB like that. The current flowing to this instrument is IA. Voltage at which this is performing its duty is EAB. Then power indicated by this instrument is given by voltage at which it is functioning. So voltage is sensed by potential coil, which is represented as a resistor. It's more of resistive in nature. Then current is sensed by current coil. Then the reading of this instrument is dependent on the voltage EAB into IA, cosine of the angle between EAB and IA on which it is dependent. Then it becomes very necessary for us to understand how is that the phase angle between EAB and IA is obtained. Similarly, when I use an instrument in phase 3 like C, I have installed the current coil in series, correct? And a potential coil across C and B. So this is functioning at VCB and IC, an angle between ECB and IC. So now I come to the point. The wattmeters are installed in line 1 and line 3 as shown. Let the load be star connected. The induced or the voltages in each phase group, I can say EAN, EBN, ECN at point neutral. This is a point of common connection. Now, the reading of instrument 1 is given by, we can see here, voltage across its potential coil, current through its current coil, and cosine of the angle between voltage and current. That is the reading of W1. So, this is given as EAB, where this potential coil is connected, EAB, current what is flowing through the current coil, IA, and cosine of the angle between EAB and IA. So, for this what I have to do? I have to construct vector diagram. For that, you have to recall the study star interconnection. What is this EAB? Line voltage between A and B. How we got it? By constructing a vector diagram of phase voltage EAN, EBN, ECN. I take you back. This is what we have studied in the earlier class. Can you see this? This was the circuit we have studied. What is EAB? EAB is EAN minus EBN. You can see here. Can you see this one? EAB equal to EAN minus EBN. How we got it? By drawing three vector EAN, EBN, ECN symmetric 120 degree apart each other. The vector which is having negative EBN is reproduced backward. Take resultant of that with the EAN, construct this diagram, get the resultant. This remain as EAB. Then we got a relationship. What is EAB? EAB in terms of phase voltage. For me, I am not interested. I am interested to know how is that EAB comes to you. If I have phase voltages 120 degree apart each other, how to get line voltage out of that? By reversing the one which is having a negative sign and taking the resultant and getting the values. This way EAB is obtained. Then I'll come back to this circuit. Can you see this again? There is a vector EAN vertically downward. Just observe my mouse cursor. And I have EBN. Hope you are able to trace me. And ECN. Three vectors. Correct? These three vectors are like our star interconnection study. 120 degree apart each other, symmetric. Then come to the nature. What kind of load is this? I have mentioned inductive. Hence, current in each phase and voltage, when I connect relationship, current in inductive circuit lags behind the voltage. Therefore, EAN and IA, phase current and line currents are one and the same in star connection. That also we know. Therefore, IA and EAN, when I connect, get to this one now. EAN is here, and behind this there is a vector IA. IA is drawn here. Can you see this IA? IA is behind EAN by an angle phi, some angle phi. Now this vector is assumed to be rotating in anti-clockwise fashion. When EAN goes, ECN, like this way, it comes back. It means this is rotating. So it is lagging behind this. So when it is lagging behind this, definitely I can look forward. Angle is phi. Similarly, behind BN, there should be IB vector here. And similarly, behind CN, ECN, IC vector. So when the voltage vector start rotating, definitely voltage vector has to go first, followed by current vector. Again a voltage vector, current vector. Like that, current always follow that voltage by a lagging angle phi. That is the concept of lagging. Hence, I have drawn the relationship of EAN and IA here. Similarly, I require phase 3 also, because the instrument is installed in phase 3 also. What is that relationship between current and voltage in third group? Then I will take ECN behind it by an angle phi. Okay. Now this is about the construction. Now I have two rotating vector. One is vector of phase voltage, another is vector of phase currents. Now, what is the angle between EAB and IA? For this, what I have to do? I should understand what is EAB. the line voltage. How I get line voltage? EA minus EB. You can see EAN is here. EBN I have to reproduce backward and take resultant like how you did in star. Make this diagonal constructed. Now this diagonal will bisect this angle into 30 degree, 30 degree into two parts. Okay. First angle over here is 30, another angle is 30. Now for me, angle between EAB and IA is interesting. So where is EAB? A diagonal here. Where is IA? Is here. This included angle between them is my requirement. Then what is the total angle here? 30. What is this part angle? 5. Then what is the remaining angle here? 30 minus 5. That's what is required for me here. This angle total cos of 30 minus 5 I have to write here. That you can see here. EAB, EN, BN, nothing but W1 is EAB, IA cos 30 minus 5. Which I can write. What is EAB? Line voltage. What is IA? Line current. Cos of 30 minus 5. This is what equation number 1 I can write from equipment number 1. Similarly, look to the instrument number 2. It is working between ECB. You can see ECB, IC, cos of angle between ECB and IC. Then ECB I have to construct EC minus EB. So EB vector I reproduced already backward. Take this resultant with the ECN. Then make another approach here. Get the resultant. This resultant stand as line voltage ECM, ECB. Therefore, my requirement is what? ECB, IC, angle between these two. Cosine of that I am in need. Now search. Where is IC? IC is here. Behind ECN by an angle phi. What is this included angle between the resultant and ECN, resultant and EBN? 30 and 30. What is the total angle between resultant ECB and IC? It stands as 30 plus phi. So that is the angle I am interested in placing here. So for that what I will do? I take the construction ECB equal to what? ECN minus EBN. When I do this, I will be getting the angle between ECB and IC as 30 plus phi. Therefore, W2 is now written as ECB into IC cos of 30 plus phi, which is natural. What is ECB? Line voltage, EL. What is IC? Line current, because the star connection I am considering. Then cos of 30 plus phi. So therefore, I have W1 and W2. By adding these two equations, W1 plus W2, I will get EL common inside the bracket cos 30 minus 5 plus cos 30 plus 5. Now simplify. As you know, cos of A minus B stand as what? Cos A cos B plus sin A sin B. The other one cos 30 cos phi minus sin 30 sin phi. Definitely sinusoidal functions cancel out. What remains is EL 2 times cos 30 cos phi, and numerically cos 30 is root 3 by 2, and when I write it root 3 by 2, 2 and 2 cancel, it remains as root 3 EL cos phi. Now you just look back. What is this equation? W1 plus W2 equal to total power in three-phase either star or delta. Hence the proof. Now we will have a statement. Yes, it is the proof that 2 wattmeters are sufficient to measure the power in three-phase AC circuit. This is the proof of your work. So it is a good question. You may need to understand this. Show that, prove that 2 wattmeters are sufficient to measure the power. If that is the question, this is the proof you need to connect using 2 wattmeter method. Now, further extension of the study. Expression for power factor in terms of readings of wattmeter. What is this actually? When we have 3-phase load, like I go back, this is a 3-phase load. My question is, if I have been given reading of W1 1000 watt, reading of W2 800 watt, I have been given reading of W1 W2. With this, is it possible to identify
What kind of load is this? What is the power factor of the load? That is what is we are trying to do. That is called expression for the power factor of the load in terms of readings of wattmeter. Given your readings of wattmeter, can you calculate the watt power factor of the load? Is it resistive load, inductive load, capacitive load? Is it zero point 0.5? Is it zero point 0.8? Is it zero point 0.9? Are you able to calculate? Yes, that's what we are trying to do. Expression for the power factor in terms of readings of wattmeter. To start this, our work begins. We have from the readings of 2 wattmeter. When we measure power in a three-phase circuit by 2 wattmeter method, generally we have two equations. One is like W1 EAB IA cos 30 minus 5, nothing but ELIL cos 30 minus 5. The second is ELIL cos 30 plus 5. You may ask me, if there are these two are exchanged, will it matter? Definitely do not matter. Depends on book to book. How is this vector? If this vector is rotating anti-clockwise fashion, this is correct. If a vectors were drawn clockwise rotation, probably W2 value become W1, W1 become W. That does not make any difference. So depending upon the vectorial rotation, if it is an anti-clockwise rotating pattern, W1 will be 30 minus 5, W2 will be 30 plus 5. And if you take opposite, just these two are exchange. That doesn't make any difference. Okay, that's what we have to remember. Then to start with this, if I take first activity, take W1 plus W2, I have done here. W1 plus W2, nothing but what? Addition of these two. What it should result you? Root 3 ELIL cos phi. Because we have just done, when you measure the power using 2 wattmeter method, definitely when I use the instrument in 1 and line 3, addition of these two using this concept resulted me root 3 ELIL cos phi. That's what I am showing here. When W1 plus W2 when I take, it becomes root 3 ELIL cos phi. Suppose if I suggest you take one more activity, equation 1 minus equation 2, W1 minus W2. So for that, equation 1, ELIL cos 30 minus 5 minus ELIL cos 30 plus 5. What I will be doing, ELIL I take it out. Cos of 30 minus 5 minus cos of 30 plus 5. Correct? So now you may question me, how do you justify these things? I have a vector diagram here. I have picked the same vector diagram showing you that we have a three-phase power measurement setup. Instrument 1 is in A, instrument 2 is in line C. This is the vector diagram which helped to write this equation. With this we got this W1 plus W2. Similarly, W1 minus W2 result me cancellation of cosine terms and 2 times sine 30 sine phi remain in the, it is cos A cos B plus sin A sin B. Cos A cos B minus sin A sin B. So here cosine terms get cancelled. Sinusoids get added up twice. 2 times sin 30 sin phi. You all know sin 30 is 1 by 2. 2 and 2 get cancelled over here. What remains is ELIL sin phi. So what you did? Addition of the wattmeter reading resulted you root 3 ELIL cos phi. Difference of the readings resulted you ELIL sin phi. Now what I'll be doing, observe here. Equation W1 minus W2 divided by W1 plus W2 heading. I take this equation one over other. You can see here, take W1 minus W2 divided by W1 plus W2. What are you doing? Whole thing I take here. It becomes ELIL sin phi divided by root 3 ELIL cos phi. Now ELIL cancel off. What remains is sin phi divided by cos phi. It becomes tan phi divided by root 3. This is a factor not cancelled. Now what you got? Difference of readings divided by sum of readings. When I take, it results me tan of the power angle divided by root 3. So now I will make the heading of the equation as phi. Therefore, tan phi equal to root 3 into difference of wattmeter reading divided by sum of wattmeter readings. Then ultimately my interest is what? power factor. What is the power factor of the elements or a power factor of a system? Cosine of the angle I express. Therefore, this tan phi, I take phi from this. Then what I will do? Inverse tan I apply. Therefore, phi equal to inverse tan whole ratio, that is root 3 W1 minus W2 divided by W1 plus W2. So inverse tan function, when I operate, it give me angle. Then what is the power factor? Cos of this, you can see here, cos phi equal to cos of inverse tan, the total ratio root 3 into W1 minus W2 divided by W1 plus W2. This represent power factor of the system. Suppose I come back here, this system is given W1 reading, W2 reading. Can you get me power factor of this one? You can. W1 is known, W2 is known, rest all nothing is known. What is the power factor of this load? Can you check here? It is possible. W1, W2, W1, W2, everything is a constant rest. You can calculate power factor of the load given you readings of wattmeter. This is the another short derivation. After the measurement of power, this is one interesting derivation. Later it is an extension of the work. We should understand. Then, after having taken expression for the power factor being cos of tan inverse root 3 difference of readings to the sum of readings, what will be the effect of load power factor on the readings of wattmeter? If this angle, whatever the angle I have here, ELIL cos 30 minus phi, another is ELIL cos 30 plus phi. If phi is 0, 0, the phase angle of that is 0. What is the reading of W1, W2? I am trying to tell you if the load is resistive, if the load is inductive, if the load is capacitive, power factor is varying. If I say I am trying to apply a condition, if this angle phi is changing from 0 to 90 degree, then what will be the effect of that on W1, W2? That is called as effect of power factor on readings of wattmeter. I am just taking a opposite work. Suppose phi is 0. If phi is 0, when do phi is 0? What is the power factor of the cos of 0 is 1. Power factor is 1. That means phi is 0. I can say this become ELIL cos 30 minus 0 become cos 30. What would this? ELIL cos 30 plus 0. Both the equations are same. Then let me know here. When power factor is 1 or phase angle is 0, W1 reads ELIL into root 3 or root 3 ELIL by 2 is a reading. Similarly, what is W2? It reads the same, root 3 by 2 ELIL. What is the meaning here? When power factor is 1, both the instrument read equal and positive. Both are positive. Then, if another case study, if power factor is 0.5, so cos inverse 0.5, power factor means what? Cosine phi. Cosine phi is 0.5. What is phi at that time? Inverse cos 0.5. That results 60 degree. When angle is 60 degree, I come to this. Substitute 60 here, 60 here. ELIL cos 30 minus 60. Here, ELIL cos 30 plus 60. Cos 90 goes 0. Here, 30 minus 60. That results cos 30. Let us how to be written. W1 equal to ELIL cos 30 minus 60. Result you root 3 by 2 ELIL. What about the W2? Cos 90 goes 0. So when the power factor of the system load is 0.5, one of the instrument read 0. That instrument practically read 0. Indicator will not shift. Only power read is by one of the instrument, which is given by root 3 by 2 ELIL. So what is the knowledge here we get here? When the power factor of the load is 0.5, one of the wattmeter read 0. Then from this, if I move again, when the power factor is 0, it means phase angle is 90 degree. What is the effect of that? Let's see here. When it is cos of 30 minus 90, 30 plus 90. So cos of 30 minus 60, it become 90 become cos 60. This become cos 120. Let us see what is the meaning of that one. ELIL cos 30 minus 90. This represent half ELIL. Half ELIL. And what about this? ELIL cos 30 plus 5, 120. It become minus of half ELIL. What is the observation here now? Half ELIL, half ELIL, but there is one sign extra, minus. Both the instrument read equal and opposite to each other. It means W1 and W2 are reading equal magnitude but opposite in direction. In this case, if you have analog instrument in the laboratory, you cannot read negative. So some connections concerned to current coil or voltage coil need to be exchanged. Then instrument is put in forward direction. Whatever the reading you will see after the connection reversal, you have to put a minus ahead of that. So this is how you can see effect of power factor on the readings. As when power factor angle is 0, it is both read equal and positive. When the power factor is 0 and angle is 90 degree, both read equal and opposite. These two are the boundary condition. In when power factor equal to 0.5, it is 1 read 0, 1 read root 3 by 2 ELIL. So another case, if you add here, if the power factor angle is 0.866, nothing but phase angle is 30 degree, you can calculate cos of 30 minus 30, cos of 30 plus 30. You can still calculate one more equation here, which I have not shown here. When power factor angle is 0, power factor angle is 30, power factor angle is 60, power factor angle is 90. So all the four cases you will find. You will find both are equal and positive when power factor is 1 or phase angle is 0. Both are equal and opposite when the power factor angle is 90 or power factor is 0. So one of the instrument goes 0 when power factor angle is 60 or power factor is 0.5. So in between this, there is a shift. You can see 0 to 60 degree, 60 to 90 degree. You are shifting. In between 30 degree appear here. So there will be a chance that one of the instrument is trying to take its value to 0. So one read, half of the other is missing here. What is the case study? When power factor is 0.866, nothing but angle equal to 30. In this, after the one, I would have added one more case study, which is phase angle is or power factor angle is 30 degree. W1, W2, if I take, they will be reading you ELIL, another is ELIL by 2. One of the instrument read half of the other, that is at phase angle equal to 30 degree. When it becomes 60 degree, one of the instrument read perfectly 0. When it is becoming 90 degree, one of the instrument read equal and opposite to the first one. So this is the knowledge we get from case study at different power factor. So this is how it is interesting to you. 1 mark objective questions you will get from this area very easily for your tests and other exams. Okay. Then after having studied this, now you are in a position to solve few more problems concerned to measurement of power. Earlier we have seen few problems concerned to the star and delta connection. Now let us apply some problem related to this also. Meantime, let us understand what is the power. In case of 3-phase AC circuit, like a single phase AC, we have a power triangle, which is having a right angle triangle. Adjacent side of that triangle is called as active power in terms of watts or kilowatt. And this is called power factor angle. And opposite to this angle, we call it the reactive side. It is a volt ampere or kilovolt ampere. Okay, reactive. Then this is called apparent power. Apparent power is volt ampere or kVA, like this way. So active power, reactive power, apparent power. It was the same kind of concept we studied in single phase AC, but now dimensions are different. So in case of active power is considered, we have root 3 VL IL cos phi. In case of reactive power, the cos phi must be replaced by sin phi. It becomes root 3 VL IL sine phi using Pythagoras relations. Take these two. What is this apparent power at that time? Root 3 VL IL. So with this side cos, this side sine. When I get them, it becomes 1. What remaining is root 3 VL IL like that. So therefore, we have root 3 VL IL as a hypotenuse, root 3 VL IL cos phi as the adjacent side, root 3 VL IL sin phi as the opposite to the angle here. So all these three sides must be known to you. So usually we call active power as a P, reactive power as a Q. If I write it here, the apparent power S can be given as square root of P square plus Q square. Then what is this power factor then? Power factor is cosine of this angle. Now if you apply cos angle, cos how you write? Adjacent side divided by hypotenuse. It is nothing but P by S. So ratio of active power to apparent power. Or else how we can write this angle in terms of tan opposite side divided by active power. How I can write? Angle phi is tan inverse of reactive power divided by active power. Take the cos of that. This way also I can write the power factor. In one of the problem we have discussed in the earlier class, you might remember, people have taken tan function, then converted it into phi and cos of that is used. So this is the relationship between active power, reactive power and apparent power related to three-phase circuits. So this way we have come to the good end of three-phase AC circuits. So I have just put them in the form of table which will help you. In case of star connection, line voltage is root 3 times phase voltage. In terms of delta, both are same. Currents, line current and phase currents are same, but here line current is root 3 times phase current. Power are same, root 3 VL cos phi like that. And reactive power is also same by equation. So therefore, you need to think of this. So star connection is called as three-phase 4-wire connection. Delta is called as three-phase 3-wire. Generally, bulk transmission of power takes place by star delta connection. Distribution takes place by star connection. It's because I require single phase voltage from the existing three phase. Hence, phase and line voltages are different. Hence, star is necessary at the distribution. This is about the basics of three-phase star and delta and measurement of power concern. Moving to some problems. In the earlier class, we just began interacting. Today, what we'll do, we'll go to power measurement first. We'll come back. Okay. Then I'll go to, here. Can you see this point? This point, we'll take it here. For the circuit shown in figure, it may be in star connection, it may be in delta connection. So wattmeter W1 and W2 read minus 1000 watt and 2000 watt respectively when connected to a 400 volt supply. The load is balanced. Find the line current, power factor, state whether the load is inductive or capacitive, like that. So in this problem, diagram was given, hence it is mentioned. Okay, then we know by the study just now we got measurement of power in three-phase AC circuit is possible by 2 wattmeters. Total power absorbed is W1 plus W2. That we can see total power P is reading of W1, W2, P1 plus P2. What is the reading of P1? Minus W1. How do you get minus? Whenever one of the instruments start reading negative side because of the phase angle. So that instrument is reverse connected in differential way. Then readings are taken. After the reading, minus is inserted to the reading. So we will not worry about that. Minus 1000 is the reading taken from W1. Hence I write minus 1000 plus 2000. If I add arithmetic, what I will get? 1000. Net power consumed by the load in the problem given is minus 1000 plus 2000 stand as total 1000 only. Then what is the power factor of the load? How do you get power factor? Just we got here. Power factor angle is given by here, just now we discussed here. What is the power factor angle? Power factor angle is inverse tan into root 3 difference of reading divided by sum of reading, and take the cos of this. This equation I will make use. Okay, this equation I will make use here. Let's take here. Yeah, correct. So tan inverse root 3 into difference of readings divided by sum of readings, minus 1000 minus 2000 divided by minus 1000 plus 2000. When I take this into tan inverse, or tan inverse of this whole term become minus 79.1 degree. Therefore, cos of this become 0.189 value. So therefore, the total power factor of circuit is 0.189. Cos of the angle we have to take, and it is a lagging. Minus is there. We will see what is this, how this angle reflect over here. We will see here. We have power total equal to root 3 VLIL cos is asked here. So find the line current is asked. Where do you get line current? Total power is root 3 VLIL cos phi. In that IL is there. IL I want to calculate. For that I use this equation. P equal to root 3 VLIL cos phi. Cos phi is known to me here. VL is also given 400. P is also known, just 1000. What is not known is only IL. Hence, to get IL, I use the P equation. P divided by root 3 VLIL, 7.637 ampere. So since the phase angle is obtained as negative, load is negative, because this angle is causing you a representation by the load is capacitor. So therefore, you should be very careful about this. So by having seen this simple numerical work, about 6 marks, given your readings, take the power factor. Given your voltage applied, maybe current like things are asked, you have to use the equation like this. Okay, let us practice one more problem here. If readings on 2 wattmeter in a 3-phase balanced load are 836 and 224 watt, let's say W1, W2. The later reading 224 I am speaking being obtained after the reversal of current coil connection. This statement says this instrument was trying to read negative side, but it was not permitted. And what is being done? Connections are reversed. Then reading is taken. Then minus is missing here. So text is given, minus you have to add here. Correct? This reading is obtained after the reversal is a text given. This text need a minus compensation. If it was given minus 224, no need to correct it. So, but it's not given, you have to read the sentence completely and you have to do calculate power and power factor. Then very straightforward, write W1, W2. While taking W2, take care, text is minus to compensate. Then add them with them. Then take power factor equal to cos of tan inverse root 3 difference of reading divided by sum of reading. Just position these values respectively. Correct? Once you position them respectively, operate it in the calculator carefully. Do step by step. First you do inner terms. Take inverse tan of this. Then you will get an angle, cos of that angle as a power factor. So this is a very simple problem, computation of power factor and total power of the system when 3-phase power measurement technique is preferred. Correct? Next, see the next problem. A 3-phase star connected load draw a line current of 25 ampere. The load kVA, nothing but apparent power, and kW, active power, are 20 and 16 respectively. They have given kVA, kW. Find the readings on each of the 2 wattmeter used to measure the 3-phase power. So now we should be very careful. What are all the readings? What is given? I should be careful. So find the readings of each wattmeter. Let's see. Load on kVA. I take you back. Here kW is given 16. kVA is given 20. How these two will help you? Let's take back. Here I'll take you back. Understanding of those things. Here. In this, kVA is given to you, correct? kW is given to you. If this is given and this is given, how do you connect it to angle? By power factor. What is power factor? Cos phi, active power divided by apparent power. kW divided by kVA, nothing but power factor. So this ratio 16 divided by 20 give you power factor. Like that you have to use here. And see, I have been taken here. kW divided by kVA is 16 divided by 20. Then this 16 itself is the power total read by both the instrument together. W1 plus W2 is 16. But I don't know how much is the power read by W1, how much is the power read by W2. Total sum is 16. What is individual? That is what I have to do. So therefore, I should be careful about that. W1 plus W2 equal to 16. Therefore, power factor stand as 0.8, 16 by 20. And this is equal to, let us look here. This is equal to how much? Power factor is what? Cos of inverse tan root 3 difference of readings divided by sum of readings. So this I have to utilize. So what I'll be doing? This cos function, I take other side. Inverse cos 0.8, I'll get a degree. It's called as cos inverse 0.8 is 36.87. And again I have here inverse tan. This inverse tan I pass other side. What I will do? Tan of 36.87, it becomes a number equal to ratio root 3 difference of readings divided by sum of reading. So what I am doing here now, can you get me? So difference of reading into root 3 divided by sum of reading 16 is equal to 0.75. From this, what I am going to get? I am going to get root 3 divided by 16. If I take other side, 0.75 into 16 divided by root 3. What it give me? W1 minus W2 equal to a constant. I have one more equation here. W1 plus W2 equal to 16. W1 minus W2 equal to 0.75 into 16 divided by root 3. So equation 1, equation 2. If I solve, I'll be able to get what is W1, what is W2. So that I have not done here. So you need to write one line extra. That is what is correct. Find the reading on each wattmeter. What is that? W1 plus W2 is 16. W1 minus W2 is 0.75 into 16 divided by root 3. You got two equations. One in W1 plus W2 and there is W1 minus W2. So by solving these two, you will get W1. Then substitute the W1, I'll get W2. That is the work. That one line I have not added here. So try to complete that problem. What is W1? What is W2? If we add W1, W2, it should result to 16 kilowatt. So this is a very, very simple problem from three-phase power measurement perspective. Then I'll take you back one more problem which we have not seen in the earlier discussion. I'll come back. So this problem we begun. Suppose I have three impedances connected in either star or delta like this. I read this. When three balanced impedances are connected in star across three-phase 450 volt 50 Hz supply, the line current drawn is 20 ampere. Means current flowing in each line. 1, 2, 3. What is the ampere? 20. At lagging. The lagging means what? Load is inductive. That's the meaning. And what is the power factor of each arm? 0.4. Determine the parameters of each branch. What it is comprising of. What is the R value? What is the L value? You can determine given you the nature of the power factor like 0.4. Then what we'll be doing? Ultimately, I want to get what is Z first. From the Z, connect what is Z to R? Z to XL. That's what I have to do. To get the Z, I have to work per phase. So what is the voltage given? Line voltage. You have to get per phase voltage, per phase current, per phase impedance. That's what I have to connect triangularly. Let's look into this. As the power factor is lagging, impedance consists of resistance and inductance. The same thing, if the power factor is said to be leading in the world, what you would have done? Resistance and capacitance calculation. So therefore, you have to read the instruction carefully. Then, to get the Z value, your value of R and XL lie in this Z. Z is determined by voltage across that, current flowing through that using Ohm's law relation. So therefore, the phase voltage and the current flowing through that we call the phase current. I have determined. No doubt, in star connection, line current is same as a phase current, and phase voltage is line voltage divided by root 3. That's what I am taking here. VPH is VL by root 3. 415 divided by root 3. IL is IPH, 20 ampere. What is ZPH? ZPH is ratio of VPH divided by IPH. If I take, it becomes 11.98 ohm. It means impedance in each arm is having 11.98 ohm. So when I have impedance, now the next work is separate it into R, separate it into XL. You have to recall back star and delta connection as well as single phase RL circuit. R is Z cos phi, XL is Z sin phi. Like that relationship you must remember, or the relationship between this triangle, Pythagoras relation, cos phi relationship you may remember. What is cos phi? R by Z. So Z you know, cos phi you know. Can you get R here? You can. 0.4 is equal to R by 11.98. What is R? 4.792 ohms. If you know Z, Z equal to R square plus XL square under the root. In that way, what is XL? Under the root, Z square minus R square. I can calculate. So this becomes XL for me. From the XL, how to get L? XL is 2 pi FL. Then take the reverse action. XL divided by 2 pi F. So F is 50 hertz given. So I will get 35 millihenry as a inductance on this. Like this, we have to calculate the value. The same thing if I would have spoken leading, what you would have got this as XC. From this ohms, XC, you have to calculate. XC is what? 1 by 2 pi FC. So you need to use that equation when it is said leading. So take care of problems in that perspective. Then this problem already we have visited. We will see. Given you a star connected three-phase load has a 12 ohm and inductive resistance of 16 ohm, 12 and 16 and 12 and 16, 12 and 16. So a line to line voltage of 450 volt applied. Find the line current, phase voltage, etc. and power factor. So you know this. When you want to phase current. So phase current you want to take Ohm's law you have to apply. Phase voltage divided by per phase impedance. EPH or VPH divided by ZPH give you IPH. IPH is same as IL because of star connection. You can see here VPH is VL by root 3, 415 divided by root 3. IPH is VPH divided by impedance. So 239.6 divided by root of 12 square plus 16 square. That comes with the IPH value. Then naturally because of star connection, IL equal to IPH. Then power factor is what? R by Z ratio. So you get it. You can try this by connected in case of delta. So you understand if it is connected in delta like a triangle, that time phase voltage and line voltages are one and the same. You can use this work if it is in delta. You can try. Okay. Then this work was seen earlier. Let's move one more from here. I think this was seen. This was also seen. This was not seen. I am remembering. Okay. So the problem is the three arms of a three-phase load each comprise an inductor and a resistor and an capacitor. You can see there RLC in the same path. 25 ohms, 0.15 Henry, 120 microfarad. So such three impedances are in arms like a delta connected to 415 volt 50 hertz. Calculate line current, total power in watts when the three arms are connected in delta. So having understood, you will be able to draw a rough sketch of a circuit. In this problem, circuit was not given. You have to read the content. According to the content, you have to draw a rough sketch. Then R is given 25 ohms. You can draw it. L is given 0.15 Henry. Then you have to convert it to XL. XL is 2 pi FL. You can see that 47.12 ohms. Then what is XC? 1 by 2 pi FC, 26.53 ohms. What is impedance of each arm? Like a RLC series circuit, R square plus XL difference XC whole square under the root. You can see that the same thing being done here. R square plus XL difference XC whole square inside the root. That is impedance of each arm, 32.39 ohm. So now it is being a delta. Line voltage and phase voltages are one and the same. Therefore, phase current is phase voltage divided by impedance. It is 415 divided by 32.39. This becomes current flowing in each phase. What about the line current? Line current is root 3 times phase current. You can see that root 3 into 12.81. So this shift in understanding. Whenever we have a star, what is that understanding? Whenever there is a delta circuit, what I should remember? You must practice once or twice by keeping the equations in your hand. Then you can do it. Then what is the power consumed? Now the question is, power is I square R into 3. You can see this is the first time being used. What is power in single phase? I square R. So 3 times I square R is 3 phase power. But we know 3 phase power is root 3 VL IL cos phi. Now the question is, why it is not being done in this way? What is the technique used here? 3 times I square R. If I do that, how I should do? Root 3 I require, VL 4 and 5, IL 22.19. Cos phi is not given here, correct? That is a missing here. Then how to do cos phi? R by Z. You know R is 25, Z is 32.39. So 25 divided by 32.39 give you cos phi into 22.19 into 415 results similar answer. You can do by root 3 VLIL cos phi or I square R into 3. Both results the same. Don't write I square into Z here. Don't write in this position Z. So Z is having what? Inductor, capacitor, resistor. Resistor is the element consuming the power. Therefore, I square R you can use or root 3 VL IL cos phi you can use. Carefully you need to work with that. Okay, like this one sample impedance in star you can try. The same problem you work on a paper, connect them in a star. Work like this in star domain. You will find similar workout. Okay, so this is how you need to think of the problems. So I have similar one problem given to you. So here you can see 3 identical coils having resistance and inductance. You can see 10 ohm, 10 ohm given here, connected to delta 4/3 phase. Find the current in the current and readings on 2 wattmeter connected to measure the power. This is a combined problem. Measurement of power as well as calculation combined for the delta. So impedance per phase is what? 10 square plus 10 square under the root, 14.14. What is the current in each phase? Phase voltage divided by phase impedance. So phase voltage, line voltages are same in delta. It will become 400 divided by Z. It becomes 28.29. So this is the current in each arm. What about the line current? Into root 3. You can see. You can do it. That means cos phi R by Z. So easy going. So it is inductive. It must be lagging. So 3 phase power is root 3 ELIL cos phi. Then P equal to root 3 ELIL cos phi is 24 kilowatt. Okay. Then 24 kilowatt is read by W1, W2. Power factor is 0.707. Using this equation, what is difference of reading? I can calculate 0.707 equal to cos of this whole term. Substitute them. Then you can get sum of reading is 24 kilowatt. means 24,001. Difference of reading is 13,856.98 by solving this. So solve these two equations. W1 plus W2 is 24,001. W1 minus W2 is 13,856. Solving this, I can separate W1 W2. W1 reads 18,928. W2 reads 5,072. It means you are made to think of how this total power is read by W1 W2 using the relationships. So you just try same problem if it is in delta. Over here voltages are same. That time voltages won't be same. So please try that with the same perspective. Same perspective. So like this you can go. So I think with this I have come to the end of the problems also. So hope I made some clarity with you.